Ugh, international break. You know what's worse than just your average old international break? One that's filled entirely with friendlies. Friendlies that mean very little. But that's okay, because you know what? I'm Adrian, this is Rabona TV, and this is the Weekend Review, where we take a look at everything that happened in the top 5 leagues around Europe, as well as another random league from somewhere around the world. Sounds nice, right? And you should subscribe if it sounds nice and you are new, by the way. But since nothing is happening right now, we will simply look at the friendlies to see what kind of stories we can dig up, as well as look at what the Tuchel rumours are saying, and any other random news that I can find to talk about with ye old tablet. Also, oh, this is important before I forget, I want to do a chat back this Wednesday, so make sure you hit me up in the comment section with your topics and questions, and I'll start a thread. So just reply there. Easy. Okay, dude, let's get friendly. And friendly is exactly how Portugal weren't feeling on Friday, as they outdid Manchester United's late comeback against Bayern Munich with the ultimate trolling and ultimate comeback against Egypt in a friendly. Yes, I was joking about comparing the gravity of the friendly and the comeback friendly versus the Champions League friendly. It goes without saying. After Salah had scored his 12th goal in his last 10 matches across all competitions, Ronaldo decided late in the match that he could never be outdone, as he scored a 92nd minute equalizer followed by a 95th minute winner, both assisted by Quaresma. For Ronaldo, those were only his 18th and 19th goals in his last 10 appearances, across all competitions, of course, as he has scored in 9 consecutive matches since February 10th, 2018. That's every single match since then. Those were also his 80th and 81st goals for Portugal, putting him third in the all-time international goal scorer list behind Ferenc Puskás and Ali Daei. Speaking of comebacks, that is 100p what Colombia did against France, yeah, as after 26 minutes, things were looking grim for the South Americans, as they were already 2-0 down thanks to goals from Olivier Giroud and Thomas Lemar. Lemar's goal was actually assisted by Mbappe, which is so nice to see. No? It was actually a pretty filthy goal too. The build-up was nice. But just 2 minutes later, James Rodriguez did James Rodriguez things as he set up Luis Muriel, that's the French pronunciation of it, in the 28th, and then Radamel Falcao in the 67th, 2-2. But of course, in the 85th, Izquierdo went down after Umtiti's follow-through on his tackle, and Juan Quintero put away the penalty, and essentially the final nail in the French coffin, 3-2 Colombia. Colombia got a W off the pitch as well, because their blue kits are nice, man. Speaking of which, would anyone be interested in a video compiling all of the new World Cup kits? I think it's fun to look at and scrutinize kits sometimes, and if that sounds interesting to you, let me know. Also, Germany and Spain ended 1-1 as Rodrigo Moreno, bless his soul, put Spain ahead after 6 minutes, but Thomas Muller's sick long-range distance strike beat David De Gea. He had some words as to why he failed to save that one later in the video. He sort of alludes to it. But anyways, Jogi Löw had some words about Joshua Kimmich after the match, saying that, quote, Joshua Kimmich is one of the greatest talents I've ever seen in the past decade. He's got that bite and hunger to push himself to the limit in every training session. He's going to have an amazing career. That's high praise from Yogi. England went to Amsterdam to cause a ruckus and have over 100 of their fans arrested before, after, and during the match. Oh, sorry, the match I mentioned was England taking on the struggling Netherlands. Besides all of the lads in their fan group smashing up the town, Jesse Lingard smashed in the winner for England in the 59th minute, which was his first goal for England. What a season he's having. No, can we show a little bit of appreciation for the guy? Just a little. So Gareth Southgate's side haven't conceded since they played Slovakia in September of 2017, with no goals hitting the back of their own net for 537 minutes of football. Got it the second time there. More importantly, however, and I expect all of you to stand and clap for this, Gibraltar just got their second international win with a victory over Latvia. I mean, come on. Give it up for the Gibraltarians, man. And that was their first win in their home stadium and just their second win overall. And just look at these scenes. Look at these scenes when Walker bends that free kick in the top corner beautifully. What a beauty. It's Still a better turnout than the friendly between Canada and New Zealand in Murcia, Spain. We won, by the way, 1-0, so we are looking good as far as both hosting and winning the World Cup on home soil in 2026. If we can beat New Zealand, come on. On Saturday, Mexico also pounded Iceland 3-0 in California, with Sevilla fullback Miguel Layún scoring a brace. Mexico still have 4 more friendlies before their first group match against Germany, and they'll need those friendlies to gel, because Germany's not playing around. And I mean, that's about it as far as international stuff goes. Brazil beat Russia handily 3-0. They continue to look good. Uruguay got a win over the Czech Republic, and Nigeria beat Poland 1-0. I mean, they're friendlies. I don't know what else to say about these. They're just some friendlies. But there's some tasty friendlies coming up this week, actually, as we've got Portugal versus Netherlands today, and then Germany versus Brazil on Tuesday. Another 7-1 coming. England and Italy also play tomorrow, and Spain and Argentina play Thursday. Cool? Hey, goodbye international football. It is time for my favorite segment of the show, and likely your favorite segment of the show as well. It's time for LTT. Let's talk Tuchel. Yes, the segment where you and I put on our detective hats and investigate where Tom Tukes is going next. So first, some history. Tommy Tuchel has been out of a job since the 30th of May 2017, when he was sacked by Borussia Dortmund because he had a strained relationship with various figures within the club. Hans-Joachim Watzke, and apparently the now departed Sven Mislintat. Now, it was reported by German papers over the weekend that Tuchel had in fact turned down the opportunity to be the heir to Jupp Heynckes. Apparently Bayern have been courting Tuchel since about September, but Arsenal have been far more diligent, and Tuchel turned down the Munich job in order to succeed Grandpapa Wenger at Arsenal. That's the story, if you want to believe the German newspaper Kicker, and you should believe them. We'll get to that later. Because there's other threads to follow, my fellow detectives. Oh yes, we must be diligent and examine all leads. Now, we go to the world of Sport Buzzer, as they have a Sport Buzzer exclusive, saying that Tuchel will in fact not be going to Arsenal, but to the other team that has been consistently linked with him, PSG. Like with the transfer window of last summer, and even with the transfer merry-go-round that we saw at Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Dortmund this past January, where every move from one of those clubs was subject to the completion of another move, it's looking like there will be a managerial merry-go-round this summer. It's long-winded, and here's why. Leonardo Jardim, manager of Monaco, has been linked with both PSG and Arsenal. Unai Emery has been linked with not getting a renewal. Sorry, Unai. Thomas Tuchel, heavily linked with Arsenal and also linked with PSG and potentially Chelsea, monitoring the Tuchel situation as well. Why? Because it's all connected, my friend, because Antonio Conte has been linked with a move away from Chelsea pretty much since he signed with them, and apparently PSG have been eyeing the Italian as a replacement for Unai Emery. So where does Tuchel go? Well, reasons as to why people think that he won't be at Arsenal next season, because, well, Arsene Wenger's death grip on the Arsenal job has proven itself in the past and looks likely to live up to its reputation again, as he himself has said that he has zero intention of stepping down and expects to be there next season. Plus, we have no reason to believe that the board will have the balls to sack him at the end of seemingly yet another disappointing season. There's no precedent. Plus, people say that Sven Mislintat and Tuchel won't be able to bury the hatchet. However, I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to bury the hatchet, and if Tuchel liked the idea of the challenge of reviving Arsenal. With that said, however, Kicker is considered one of the most trusted sources in Germany. Often what they say turns out to be true, and from trolling some subreddits and seeing what Germans think of Kicker, the consensus was if they are reporting it with this amount of certainty, then as things stand now, he's more likely to be the Arsenal manager next season than he is unlikely to be the Arsenal manager next season. Now, the reasons people believe he will be signing for PSG are that, well, the PSG manager job is somewhat vacant, as Emery's PSG career died with PSG's exit from the Champions League, and they are currently being managed just by his ghost. Another thing that Christian Falk said yesterday was that Tuchel would have been happy to join Bayern, but they waited too long. Uli Hoeneß gave the green light, finally, to sign Tuchel, he had already agreed with a different club. He'd already agreed with Arsenal, apparently. That's what Falk is saying. What do you guys think? Perhaps Arsenal agreed that the way for the club to go forward was to hire all former Borussia Dortmund players and staff in order to have some stability from losing Papa Wenger. While Arsenal made their moves for a seamless transition, Tuchel is brought in alongside Sven, Henrik, and Oba. They win the league next season, the Champions League the following year, and the Club World Cup after that. That's what's going to happen, right? No? Well, seriously, I actually can't say with any certainty how Tuchel's managerial style would go over with Arsenal. I think there would definitely be a big adjustment period, but ultimately, he could make them an exciting team to watch. And not only that, but a more successful exciting team to watch. Speaking of Arsenal, actually, Thomas Lemar revealed yesterday that Monaco's rejection of the transfer offers from Liverpool and Arsenal last summer made him sad. As he said, quote, "I'm not gonna hide it, I was a little disappointed. I try not to think about it. I've kept working so that these clubs try to come back during the next transfer window." It's gotta feel good for the Monaco fans. I'm trying my best to get these teams to come and take me away. But anyways, can you imagine Arsenal's attack next season under Tuchel with the addition of Lemar, or even Liverpool's attack next season if Klopp can find a way to fit in Thomas Lemar? He's an exciting player, although Bild Plus are now reporting that Jurgen Klopp wants to complete a double swoop and also prize Timo Werner away from RB Leipzig. I'm sorry guys, this is just turning into a transfer talk show, but hey man, this is what the news is like over the international break. It's all just players going to their national camps and wanting to leave their clubs all of a sudden. Oh yeah, and I read that the new World Cup ball, the Adidas Telstar 18, has been trashed by David De Gea, Pepe Reina, and Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Basically, the three of them said that the flight of the ball is unpredictable and it moves a lot in the air. Reina said, quote, "I bet you as much as you like that we'll see at least 35 goals from long range in Russia, because it's impossible to work out. And it's covered in a plastic film that makes it difficult to hold on to." Ter Stegen was alright with just having to get used to it, and De Gea said that it's really strange and it could have been made better. However, in my opinion, this is just what happens almost every time they introduce a new World Cup ball. The Jambalaya from South Africa was trashed, as there were many Euro balls that have been put up in the last 3 years. And yes, I know that it's actually called the Jabulani, don't worry. And here we are talking about balls, exactly what you came for. But hey, this is the international break, people. I hope you at least enjoyed the ride, learned something new, and speaking of new, if you're new around here, then be sure to subscribe. My name is Adrian. This is Rabona TV. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Wednesday for some chat back. Peace.